Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. We start every week's conversation exactly the same way, but did you have a nice weekend?
It was a long holiday weekend. It was exceptionally quiet. I still made a 15-pound turkey. I think I should have my head examined.
Well,
So I've made carcass soup. We've had 3 meals. I froze the rest. I quit.
we're out of turkey. I,
Oh,
I had the
no,
horse
I
here.
can't look at it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm craving a steak.
Well, I told you yesterday my 20, I think he's 20 years old, 19 or 20-year-old grandson is here for a while. So
Yeah.
we're spending a lot of time thinking, what kind of food can we cook so we don't decimate the freezer?
Does he eat like typical young men, like a vacuum cleaner?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
they're
So,
gone too.
so
Like,
what are we going to kick around this morning?
well, you know what I was thinking? You have been working with a first-time buyer.
Yes.
And I keep poking at you because you're not used to this. It's a little bit different with a person
Uh,
who's never bought a home before. When you were out in the field in the past, you had a very large sphere of influence, people buying their second homes, their third homes, or selling and
right.
downsizing. And I'm just sitting here laughing because I started in this business working primarily with first-time home buyers.
And I
And
have been challenged. Yes.
yeah, but part of it, there just some, like you say, challenges. One is they don't know the process.
Right.
And so things that we take for granted, and it happens in every field, the stuff that you're used to living with every day, you don't explain to your coworkers, and you figure everybody kind of knows it. So
Right.
I found with first-time buyers, I spend a lot of time explaining the process, that this is how we write the offer, this is what makes it good, this is the timeline, why the timeline's important, and uh, as your first time buyer calling you, why the timeline is important and what the steps are along the way. The other thing I usually recommend for first time buyers, excuse me, is that they take one of the states or one of the CHAPA certificated first time homebuyers courses. It's 8 to 10 hours. They're all done online during the pandemic. But the thing that's really nice is that you have a moderator or a person running the course who understands the process, and they bring in a realtor, a home inspector, a lawyer, and a mortgage person, and they talk about budget and credit and what it takes to get a mortgage, and the lawyer talks through the process. So they get a 360-degree view of the process, as well as a lot of
And
information
it's
about it.
required if people want to be eligible for any of the benefits that mass housing offers to first-time home buyers. Isn't that correct?
That's correct, but it's even broader than that. Now, Mass Housing and MHP, Mass Housing Partnership, they sound alike, they do similar work, but they're two separate organizations, have special loan products for first-time home buyers. And a first-time home buyer is defined as a person who has not owned a home within the past 3 years.
Oh, really? So if you owned a home in a past life and in a divorce and you divorced and you've rented for 3 years, you would re-qualify as a first-time home buyer.
Absolutely,
That,
absolutely.
I learned something this morning.
Okay,
That's
so
cool.
that's what the government says. But just as importantly, the loan products are really good. Some of them are fantastic. Some of them are income limited, some are not, some are asset limited, some are not. And it took me a while to realize that when I was speaking with lenders, their different programs are considered products. I was thinking of products as stuff you scan as you check out of the store. So, and they change constantly. So while you and I know a lot of what is out there, we'll never know as
We'll
much.
never know it all. And I can share with you that the challenge with this particular very bright, very well-informed first-time home buyer is that he learned all about the benefits, but didn't really understand or imply or apply to himself any of the limitations. And
Required. Yeah.
exactly. And so his expectation was for much more benefit than he qualified for. And getting him to a comfort point was really hard.
Well, again,
On the phone with the lender and the Office of Mass Housing to explain to him what he could or could not do. But I didn't know what was, I mean, I didn't read it well at first. Took me a while. I got there, but I
Yeah,
didn't
but
read it
again,
well.
it's a matter of having enough information. The other thing that a lot of people, I'm still going to say first-time homebuyers, but a lot of people don't understand is that the federal government through HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Department, distributes money to communities across the country through community development, CDBG, something grants. I forget exactly, but it's money that's given to cities and communities and towns that they can use to foster good housing. And some communities have funds for down payment assistance and for closing cost assistance. The City of Boston, I know, does. And they also have funds for upgrading homes. If you buy an older home, needs a heating system, you qualify financially, you can get money for a new heating system, a new roof, major improvements from the municipality. Sometimes, most often, it appears as a mortgage. They put a mortgage against the property for the amount, no interest usually, so that when you sell it, you pay back the municipality. And some of them, after 10 years, becomes a grant. So if you stay in the house in 10 years, it goes away.
And in either case, it protects your cash flow, and there's great public benefit because it preserves the quality and safety of local
Absolutely.
housing. So it's a win-win all the way around. Let me
Now,
ask you a question.
yes,
How informed do you believe the brokerage community at large is about these programs?
not very.
So one of our challenges really is to communicate to people that even if it isn't us,
Mhm.
they should really choose a buyer's agent who understands how to send them to and direct them to the help and support they may very well be eligible to earn.
Absolutely. When I was running the first-time home buyers, and again, whenever I'm asked to come and contribute from the realtor's perspective, I let people know about this. And
Right.
that's really the great value of going through this class. It opens the door to resources for people. I know whenever I finish my presentation, I tell them, you can call me. I won't assume you're hiring me, and to ask any questions, because people want the comfort of knowing they're going to get good information.
Our job in general is really to provide people with quality information such that they can make good decisions for themselves. So I will repeat, even if it isn't us, and by the way, I hope it is, but even if it isn't us, people owe it to themselves to ask the right questions of the person that they hope to work with and make sure they understand and are well informed about first-time home buyers' options so that maybe we can help more people get into a home.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I hope this has been informative.
I think so. I learned something today. I told you. That's good.
Good. Every day we learn something new is a good day.
There you go. Talk to you later.
Catch you same time, same station next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.